Hey guys, Third and Still Gaming here with yet another video. On today's video, we're going to be talking about Transformers Reactivate. We have some leaked content or screenshots or whatnot. Comes from us from DPZ Luna. All the content, I put a little grid over everything, a little flicker to make it a little stylized for our video here. If you want to see the clear pictures of these things, you can go to DPZ Luna's Twitter account, or you can also look up on Twitter, or go to his Discord, and you can check out the clear pictures of them with nothing on them. All right, so I'm going to do a breakdown of each of these little screenshots we see. There's lots of information on them, little bits and pieces. Now, take this with a grain of salt because these are older screenshots. This is older content. This is from Certain Infinities from 2018. There's some screenshots in 2019. Everything from Splash Damage is pretty tight-lipped right now, and I understand that, but as fans of Transformers, I want to try to give a little bit more hype as this content leaks out and we get more hype for the beta or for when the launch day comes, and for all Transformers fans out there. I'm a Transformers fan. I'm just trying to give entertainment value here and try to break down each of these things. So let's get to it. Okay, this first screenshot is like zones. So you see zone 1, 2, and 4, and this is where you would get rare components like shield, cable. It says shielded cable. It's a rare substance. And then right below it says you can find resources in zones 1, 2, and 4 and use to upgrade X components. This next screenshot's a really big one for me because it shows you the robot. It shows you what the in-game third person, not first person, looks like. And you can see what the city looks like. You can see the Angus in the background. You can see the city, the crumbling of the city, I should say. And there's a lot of information on this screen, so let's break this down. Okay, in the top left, you see squad members with health and level. This middle section, you see a waypoint or point of interest. You see the enemy's health bar in the background as well. You can see the little foreground of the robot, which looks like Ratchet in the foreground. This next clip here is the reticle in the center of your screen. You also have the overheat bar. In the upper right-hand corner, you see the high-value target incoming comms. It says mission title and objectives. The next one you see, it says Devastation, 0 of 25,000. You have plus 1,500 XP, so this is a challenge, or challenges and rewards. Next up, you see the abilities on the bottom right-hand side. You see LB for 1, LB, RB for your, ultimate, I guess, for, your heal. And then you have the RB1, which looks like some sort of shield that you would put up for this particular character. That's the cooldown as well. It gets cooled down. You also have the ranged weapon, your weapon you're using, and the ammo count over here. And then you also have what role weapon it is. The last section we're going to look at is dead center. You can see that the player's shield is the blue. You have the current health total is the white down below. You have the subtitles obviously there, and then you also on the middle left side you see the radio chatter that's coming in for your comm links. Okay, this next screenshot is a wide shot again, or I should say a close-up shot of the city. You can see Bumblebee is in the foreground this time, and we have a enemy in front of us. You can see the bottom left side of the screen. We see the shock carbine, and we'll have a close-up of that weapon in just a second. You can see the roll weapon. It's a little different UI system than the other previous one. You can also see the ranged weapon and the amount of count that's on that side this time. Up above on the far left side, you can see that the players, and you can see the little emblem in there. It is Galvatron, so maybe in the future we'll see Galvatron. Squad members with the health and level over there as well, just like any other standard game. If you look in the dead center, you see the enemy health bar. You see the reticle in the center again. You see the overheat bar again. You see the current health and total health and the player's shields down below. The UI has completely switched from the last one. So as you can see, as the progression of the game, again, this is really early on. So don't take what you see here as the final one-all, be-all. We're just trying to show you, screenshots and what the stuff is inside the game. Upper right-hand corner, you see that it says Energon Harvest, and it says mission title and objective. You have your waypoint over there. You have your abilities. The abilities have moved and shifted over to the bottom right, again with the LB, LB, RB, and RB as well. Here's a close-up of the shock carbine. Again, this is from Certain Infinity, and this is when the game was called Transformers Impact. You can really see the graphics here and the attention to detail they've put into the love of taking care, I should say, with the weapons, and I'm really excited to show you guys more weapons. Now, this screenshot shows you the quests, the dailies, the weeklies. It also says Long Shot Part 2. These are actual quests that you're going on. It tells you to defeat certain enemies, certain enemy types. So these are the quests that you're going on. You can see that defeat Twisted with melee weapon, and the rewards, are the weapons. Long Shot Part 3, defeat 3 Twisted bosses, then you see the rewards. Just a reminder that the Twisted are the Legion now in Transformers Reactivate, instead of Current Affinities, where that was what they called the bad guys, the Twisted. Now, this next screenshot is about resources, but if you look at the upper left-hand corner, that logo, or I should say this logo, is the one that showed up on the ancient robot that showed up to talk to Rodimus Prime. Now, this is interesting. These are the resources. So you see the Energon Converter, Memory Module, Fiber Optics. These are a lot of duplicates on here, so obviously these are placeholders for certain things. This is why they have the 99,999 on them. But just to show you a couple of things, there's the shielded cable that we saw earlier. So there's just a lot of different requirements or resources to collect in the game. So the next screen is the armory, or character info. You can see a bio for Starscream. There's Starscream. Below that you have the abilities, and he has Barrage, he has Charged Null Ray, and then he has Null Ray. Now obviously these could change. Again, there's that gun that he was holding before. You see the level of the gun, or the level that he is. It also says the shotgun carbine, so it's looking at that. And then it also has the stats over on the right-hand side. So as you can see the different stats, you have your health, your armor, your shield strength, your alternate damage, your ult speed, and your ult boost. You also have your mod capacity. So these are very interesting, all the different stats that you have. Lots of things to go for, lots of things to grind for, lots of things to level up. So this next shot is really just for the multi-shot that I want to show you over here on the left-hand side. One, you can see Bumblebee in a little bit kind of different look that we've seen him before. His color's a little different. This is a multi-shot, so this is like your ult ability. Now, the description, I can't read that. I don't know what language that is, so in the comment section, let me know down below. And if you can translate it for me, that'd be fantastic. Now, the next shot we have here is the map. Now, you can see New York, you can see Chicago. If you look at the trailer, of the actual trailer, the screens behind them when they're showing the analyzing of Bumblebee or whatnot on the screens, they do show 2 other dots, which looks like San Francisco, and it also looks like Nevada. Alright, so this next screenshot's interesting because you can see Bumblebee, you can see Ratchet, you can see Shockwave, you can see Cliffjumper, and then you see these other robots that are just placeholders, so you'll see the same ones over and over again, but you also see on the far right-hand side, you see little logos. You see the Autobots, the Decepticons. Now, I wonder if you're going to get the other kind of robots in this game, or Transformers, like the Ultracon, maybe, or maybe you'll get the Ancient Bots. You know what I mean? Like, you can maybe get the Fallen. Who knows the different robots or the different Transformers they'll bring into this game. Now, going across the top, you see the logo, your ranking. You see your currencies that you have here. You see the account, then you see guild, then you see the sale or the shop, there's the map, there's the roster, there's the inventory, there's the garage, right? So there's a lot going on here. And then on the far right side here, you have what says recruit, and it says 250, and you have the 4 or 3 logos up there, but like a diamond pattern. Not really sure what that's about. Now, you can also see as it zooms out, it says Bumblebee, and it has that logo offensive class with the bullets with the little logo underneath. It says 758. It shows his level that he's going up. It also shows, if you look at that Autobot logo, it's only colored on the outside. I wonder if that changes along the way. Now, obviously, this is not Bumblebee. I believe Luna said this is Rodimus Prime, or Hot Rod, I should say. But it doesn't even look like him either. Now, you can also see the stats on the right-hand side as well. Now, this is different than the stats that we saw before. The stats here don't have as many stats as before. So, obviously, we don't know how far along or if this is even in the game anymore. So, again, take all this information that you see with these screenshots with a grain of salt. You see the movement, the vitality, the stability, the engine, the energy. So there's like I said, there's completely different stats that you see here than we saw on the Starscream page. You also have your vehicle stat as there as well. Next, we have a list of what you own or don't own. You can see 2 spots unowned. Then you see Starscream with a 200. Then you see Bumblebee, it says activated. Then you see Shockwave with another logo and also says 200. Then you see Ratchet, he's comparing the two stats. And then you see Ironhide for 1440. Now you can see it says that Bumblebee is activated and you're comparing to Ratchet. So let's zoom in a little bit here and look at the stats. Now I'm not sure why it says Bumble Pink. I don't know if you can change your name or anything. Maybe it's someone's gamer tag. I'm not really too sure what it is, but you can see the comparison of the firepower, health, shield, the damage, the speed, the boost, and then it cuts on over to what Bumblebee's is, and you're comparing your stats with each of your robots. Now, obviously, the stats are the exact same. It's a stand-in, so looking at Ratchet's stats, looking at these stats, it's completely different. Or, I'm sorry, completely the same. They're not different. So, yeah, overall, this is just to show you what the stats would look like, just to give you more feel and a better close-up of what Bumblebee looks like. Now, you can see Starscream is equipped, and then it says Bumblebee and has a 5 next to it, Ironhide 3, Ratchet, Shockwave 2, Bumblebee 4, and then it has another Ratchet. It says Sail down below. Now, this, in the early stages, you were going to be able to have multiple of the same character, but Luna said that they got rid of that to make it a lot easier. It was just very confusing. So as you can tell, you're only going to have one of each of the robots. This screenshot here is from April 2018, and look at all of the UI on this page. This picture itself is pretty blurry, so I won't be able to really zoom in on this one. So just look at this in all its awe. This is Hot Rod. Like I said, it's not Hot Rod, but it says Hot Rod. The vehicle in the background looks like Hot Rod, but Hot Rod, the robot itself, does not look like that. Overall, this whole screen is not going to be what it is now. Maybe it is, but as what they were told or said to us on the stream, that this is not what it's going to look like. It's much more cleaner looking now. I did want to zoom in a little bit on those weapons. Now, the weapons, again, so you're going to have two weapons. You're going to have a main, a secondary, and then you're going to have a melee weapon, which I'm really excited about, that you could swap and switch with this when you're the robots. So it looks pretty cool. I'm very excited about this. All right, this next slide is New York. It's the map. It's showing you what the map looks like and all the different points that are on there. And then on the left side here, you can see that it's a list of activities that you can also do. You can see it says the long, winding road, survive, potential rewards, reactor tank, artifact, vehicular capacitor, nanowave tank, targeting, anionics diffuser. So these are all little things that you can get that drop, right? These are like rewards as you go do these things. And you can see, like, you pick the mission and then play the mission. Here's a closer look at all the different emblems. Now, obviously, each emblem stands for something. We don't know what those stand for, but you can look at it like a targeting would be like an assault. If it has like a shield, it would look more like a defense thing. If it has a little battery electric logo, maybe it's Energon type of stuff. So lots of different things that could potentially be. So lots of different activities. It looks pretty cool. So that's going to do it for all the slides that we have for this video. I do appreciate everyone coming out and hanging out and watching this video. If you've made it to the end, I do appreciate you very much. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. What do you guys think of Transformers Reactivate? Now, obviously, all of these screenshots that we've shown you today in this video are all, take it with a grain of salt. They may or may not look like this once the game comes out, but this is just to get your your taste buds and your brain moving here and working together here. I think we have something here. I think Splash Damage and Bulkhead are working on a wonderful type of game here. And I think if you are a Transformers fan, this is that Hogwarts game that's coming out, but for Transformers fans, right? This is that one game that we've been waiting for as Transformers fans. Let me know what you think of it in the comment section down below. Please make sure you share, like, and subscribe. And as always, I appreciate you very much, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.